Okay, I'm back with another video. This is the second installment. I've advanced a little bit. I've put 3 points into Prowl with level 9 and 10. And I've just given Magnus 1 point of Prowl, and I gave him a potion of intellect, which allowed him to build an auto skeleton key and eye gear, which I now have. The auto skeleton key boosts picking locks a little bit by 10% instead of 5%, and also I've got goggles, eye gear, and Magnus does as well, which means Magnus can now put points straight into firearms. And after 2 levels he'll be better at firearms than he is at melee. And yeah, we've got a boost as well, which means we'll be able to level up our firearms fairly soon as well. But before we do that, the next level I want to get is, I want to get pick locks up to level 4 so that we can, with Prowling 3, an apprentice level, we can pick and rob most places, as I'm about to demonstrate. This is just the quest to get the Mulligan Bone Alley painting. So you can see we can prowl past the ogre no problem. I'll save the game just in case there's any jams. There shouldn't be. And the other good thing about Magnus is he can make a trap springer, which means we won't need to disarm traps. At least we really won't need to use disarm traps ever. Although I find I often like to use a couple of points of disarm traps, but we'll come back to that. It's certainly not a high priority. So we've got the painting. And that gives us a little bit of extra gold as well. I did the Siamese Twins quest. I got this, what do you call it, the skull of the red-eyed Siamese Twins, and I gave it to the guy in the Wellington Club. So they're the only 2 quests I've done, which allowed me to level up. So the next thing we'll do is this part, side with her. Oh yeah, I did Madame Lil's quest as well. I saw Mr. Franklin, and I went and asked the other guy, Mr. Langley, for coins, so we should be able to collect. I can't remember if I was in here or not. Yeah, I hadn't been. So, what do I need here? Possibly another helmet. I think we might need another helmet to make a gold helmet. Don't think I need anything else here. Also, I'll just get a few bullets, so they don't cost as much. That should be all we need from him. Okay, where was I going to go? I'll just make sure I have actually asked him. Yes, I had. Right, so we've done that. We have to go and give the crystal ball to the lady. That's great. We've got another level. So that allows us. Now we can start robbing people. Now I just have to remember what I was going to do. Yes, I remember. So firearms. I'll start putting points in firearms. Flavors. I think we've done most of the things here now. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just do a little bit of rubbing. So we certainly can't roll everybody yet until we have 18 prowl and maxed out prowl, but we can certainly do some, like this chap here. We can get bullets from with the skeleton lockpicks, skeleton key, and the lockpicks level 4, we're going to find it much easier. We can lockpick almost anything in the game now. So I'll always grab healing cells whenever I can. From him, and we can also, although we've already dealt with him, we can just sell his stuff back to him. So we'll do that. It's a little stupid, really, that we can do this. In real life, there's no way you could do this. Just check how much money he's got left. Well, we've cleaned him out anyway. Let's make sure we haven't. Let's take a couple of rings, that should be enough. Okay, so that's that. That's giving us a little bit more money. Okay, so what else do I want to do? Let's say before it gets too far in, we probably want to go to Blackroot and do those quests. we'll do that. And the other thing you can use, since we now have unlimited money, I forgot about this, we can use the steam rails to get around. And I'll start doing that. Now, I generally walk, sneak past the pickpocket, otherwise she might pick your pocket. So we're going to go to Blackroot, and we'll get the Blackroot and Dernholm quests done. Righto, so we have to go, we actually want to go to Dernholm first. But there is a couple of things we can do here straight away. There's a quest here we can do straight away. That's alright. I really just want to get a ring. A few bullets won't hurt. And we can give him his gauntlets back. I just forgot, we can make Magnus another charged ring. So he's now 15 dexterity, which will be handy when we start putting points into firearms for him. Now that's what I remembered. So while we're here, we'll train up firearms to expert. Which we can do over here. Which will immediately give Magnus apprentice level. Just let him tell his story. And that gives Magnus Firearms Apprentice, which is very useful. And really, followers only really need Firearms Apprentice level because they don't do cold shots, which is the expert level perk. Firearms Mastery would be nice, but you don't get it with Drugs Patch. So we will start using cold shots, but not yet. We need a high level firearms and perception skill before we do that. Now we can't actually do the quest here, the taxes quest, because we have to go to Dernholm first. So we'll do that. Oh, I almost forgot, we can get Picklock Expert here as well, which we will do. definitely do that. And that will allow us to pick basically without a lantern. It's not terribly useful since we carry a lantern all the time, but it can be if you don't. And that gives us a free room in his inn if we want to put any extra items, store any items there. But for now we're just going to go straight back to Dernholm. I'll actually go here first. There's a wolf's cave here. That's great. I don't think we really need those anyway. And it's a nice... No, we really don't need to pick up that much now, because we're going to have... We've got unlimited gold now, because we can rob anything. Uh-oh. We don't want him being attacked, that's not good. He could die.
My friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly, I need healing.
Jeez, that was dangerous. There, have that. Magnus almost died. Hanging on by a thread. I really need a lot of these things. Nice boots. Yep, I've got everything. I'm gonna leave that behind, we don't need it. just took a bit of a beating. And we've got another level, so what I would normally do from here is go to firearms. Open Magnus. Firearms. And we can give him some bullets finally. I'll find those useful. Surprised he's not using them. Let's have a look and see what he does. If I do this, there we go. So he's got a to-hit chance of 75. If I give him this, 65. But that's got a total attack of 12. Why the heck is he using a balanced sword, I wonder? That's really weird. I suppose it's got faster speed, so he can probably still out-damage with that. But that should quickly change. Actually, we don't want to save and rest Magnus. Because he's got a good constitution, we should be able to rest him up pretty quickly. Three 4-hour stints. Perfect. I can't even see a damn thing. Where is it? Jeez, that's crazy. I can't actually see anything. Might have to turn up my brightness a little bit. Yeah, I can't actually see. Oh well, we'll wait for it to attack, I guess. Oh good, he's using a gun at last. Oh, go Magnus. We'll kill as many of them as we can. Because Magnus has a good constitution, he'll recover from poison pretty quickly. We will want to give Magnus some dodge as well when we're travelling around, but we don't need to. We won't be travelling on the map, the overland map, for a little while after this, so we'll just do the main quest in Dernholm. There's really only one or two major ones. Speaking to Sarah Toon. Okay, that's one. And there's the Blackroot quest, which we get from this king, King Praetor. Just wanted to check how good we were. So that's that quest. That we might as well. Cash up a little bit. The way you can rob people in this game is a little bit ridiculous. I think they wouldn't be suspicious if you walk behind them. The shopkeeper. Okay. I just want to ask her about Cumbria, and who her father was, who the Dragon Knights were. That will be handy a little bit later on. That opens up a whole extra ending in the end game. Let's see if we can get some more cash. And I am getting cash for a reason, not just because I'm greedy. Bullets won't hurt either. And any healing potions, doesn't look like there are any. I mean these healing salves. And we'll go to Blackroot now. And I'm doing this early because I don't want to be wandering around at level 15 or beyond. I don't want to be doing any more overland wandering than I have to, because that level 15, you start getting attacked by the highest level American assassins, and they are no picnic to deal with. Well done, Magnus. Resting. See, yeah, that's great. That's the advantage of a high constitution. You can heal them in the wilderness quite fast. Hopefully we don't get attacked by anything too mean. I'll save the game if we do. Okay, I've forgotten what we were going to do here. Oh yes, I remember. The taxes quest. So we've actually done most things here now. I can always try playing the game of wits with people. This guy gives you a quest, which is not that relevant unless you're a bowman, because he happens to be the master bowman. But he does ask you to find one of his students, which we can do for a small reward later in the game. And if you are, of course, training in the bow skill, he is the bowmaster. Bow mastery is very, very useful. I'll just check on our funds. Yeah, we've probably got enough gold at this point. Enough gold and enough bullets. We don't want to kind of go too far, otherwise we'll start getting encumbered. And that will slow us down, which is, we want every attack point as much speed as we can in fights. So we're not a charisma build, so we don't tend to haggle or sweet talk our way out of things. we're just going to go and bribe the thief that has the mayor's dagger, and money is absolutely not an issue for us, so that's not a problem. Oh yeah, there's another quest you can get here, which is you talk to Liam Cameron's mother. Funny, I can't say there she is. That's a very nice quest to do. Sort of mid to late game. It gives you a lot of experience fighting these abyssal monsters that come through this portal, but I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you're a bit higher level, because monsters are quite strong. And that actually gives you one of the golden endings in the game, just by allying him with Cumbria. Funnily enough, Cumbria was a real kingdom, I think, in ancient England, medieval England. Rightio, that's done. So yeah, we just want to go straight back to Tarant now. I'm not too worried about assassins until we hit level 15. So if we gain a bit more experience here, that's absolutely fine. And that's a dangerous enemy. So I'm going to save the game. He could potentially two-shot Magnus. Not if Magnus. There we go. We got a level. That was a good fight. So I was trying to know what we're doing. Yeah, firearms. I have to just decide what to do here. Yeah, we're not in a hurry to go for... I think we'll just go for firearms. I think so. Oh, we could get prowl. Yeah, we'll get prowl. That's important. I forgot that. Because we can get prowl expert now. Our next goal is to go to the Elven Ruins. They will go to... Prowl? Yes. You'll find now, once we get expert level prowl, less and less things will actually see us. Let's rest Magnus up a little bit. Perfect. So dodge is a nice skill to have for the frontline character, because the first person in your roster is the one that the monsters will attack normally when you get ambushed. So you normally want them to have the best armor class and dodge, possibly. We don't care. We don't need to loot corpses. Well done. And another one. This could be a tougher fight. I might just save this one. Oh, good shot. That was a high crit. Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. And again. Well, this is all good XP. This will be an 8-hour sleep, I think. So we'll go back and finish off a couple of quests in Tarant. We can collect for the brothel owner. We can rob. I might just rob one random place. Actually, the gunsmith is probably a very good one to rob while he's asleep. He's almost impossible to rob while he's awake because he has a very, very high perception level. Now, things can occasionally still jam. It's just less likely, far less likely. Okay, what do we need? We're not going to need too much here. I'll take a dagger for later. It could be handy to make another balanced sword if we lose one, but I don't think we're really going to need one actually. I think that should be enough. But what's more important is the gun shop. We have to be careful we're not seen. That's not going to work, so there's a trick with that. Just turn him away. No, he's not looking. Nothing to see here, officer. chest we want, I think. Perfect. What I was really hoping for is a Clarrington rifle, because we're going to need one of those to make a hand cannon later. That is almost as good as a fine revolver, maybe just ever so slightly slower and doesn't have the two hit bonus. Oh, the range actually, oh, the range. It's almost as good. So we need to just collect what I've collected the coin, so we'll take it straight back to the brothel lady, and then we'll head and do the I forget the lady's name, Cassandra Pettibone. We need to do her quest to get the Elven Funerary Stone, and that allows us to get some special armour for Magnus, which is really nice. Oh, did I... hang on a minute. Yes, we haven't done this either. That gives us an extra charisma point, which is going to be completely useless to us, but doesn't matter. We'll take what we can get. Why don't we just take the coin, because I'm boring. She'll ask for a Medallion of Beauty. If you ever see a Medallion of Beauty, you can give it to her and you'll get a little bit extra. I'll get just a Potion of Intellect. Oh, that was silly. I completely forgot to take that back. Yeah, I might worry about that later. We'll do that part later, I think. Dump a few items off. Oh, it's messy. Yeah, I'll put that in here as a reminder to go and do that later, because we will have to go back to Dernholm later on. Anyway, we can take the chest back later. So we're getting to the point now where we're pretty much self-sufficient. We can get a level in prowling. We can get... We've almost maxed out our firearms. If we get a golden helmet, we'll get one extra perception point. But at this point of the game, yeah, at this point I would probably go first for, I think I'd rush towards a hand cannon. Hand cannons are fantastic. And we'll get him onto firearms level 3, that'll be very useful. That's a nice helmet. We'll save that. If you find any unusually good magical items, even if you're high tech, I would recommend possibly saving them saving them in your warehouse for one simple reason, and it is optional, but if you wanted to take like a magical follower later on, it can be quite handy to have some powerful magic items. Even if you just wait till the very end of the game and just get Aranax, because he's quite magical. That should be enough for now. I might just stash these two until later. We certainly don't need them now. We do want to collect a few things for the Ancient Gods quest. We want to have at least 2 rings. I'm going to go out and do... Yeah, I'd like to get out and do this other... That's what the steamroll does. You can teleport. You can only do that if you're somewhat technical as well, I think, or not too magical. As soon as you become even slightly magical, you can't use the steamroll. So that's one advantage of being tech. But I will save the game here. I should have probably checked if... Have I emptied his pockets? He's got plenty. I should have gotten rid of this too. That's completely useless now. See, I don't mind travelling on the overland map before 15 because the worst we get are generally these guys, which aren't too much of a threat. There we go, we got another level. Now if we wanted to, we could keep this the leather armour. It's an option if you wanted to. With Magnus, you could keep going and make featherweight chain. And it's probably not worth it because it does have a noise penalty. So it will affect your prowling, but it does give you a little bit extra protection. I just find that the Black Thieves leather is really quite sufficient for pretty much the entire game. I don't ever have any reason to change it. And you got to be careful here, you can get jumped by were-rats. Were-rats are very, very dangerous. 2 or 3 were-rats could kill Magnus in one round. Just wander over here. Now there's not much. But there is a nice ring if you're at all magically inclined. There's a very nice ring here, which is a ring of poison resistance and armor class. Gives you, boosts your armor class. It's a great ring to give to any slightly magical character on the front line. But because neither us or our followers are magical, it won't be any use. That is fine. Actually, do we want to do that? Let's just see what our hit chance is like. It's not fantastic. We should probably wait till morning so that we've got a better chance of hitting. And especially for Magnus. Yeah, that's way improved. the only problem. Well done, Magnus. Whoa, we stunned him. That was good. Well, that's pretty much everyone. There's not really any reason to take anything off them. They've got nothing we need. So we'll go straight in.
An impressive attack.
And again, that's a magic item. I mean, it's quite nice to give to anyone, even neutral or slightly magical, because it gives you an extra 1 or 2 prowl points.
An impressive attack.
Now, the only problem with firearms is everything is alerted within a 10 pace radius. So you're going to have everything coming at you at once. Kill the most dangerous things first.
An impressive attack.
You can have that. We don't really need much here. Come on, we just pick up the bow. It's diseased armor, which I always wondered whether it's possible to use it with a high constitution, but I don't think so. Because even if you have 20 constitution and you're immune to the poison of the diseased armor, I think there is a fatigue damage over time as well. So just give them a rest. Maybe just one more. Let's top up Magnus. Let's see if I'm browning right. And the good thing about this quest is this will allow us to get into the Thieves Guild. This is the main reason I'm doing it. I've just realised that I haven't leveled Magnus up. That was naughty. I probably want to do that. What level are we? 14. We haven't leveled ourselves up either. What do we want? I wonder. Yeah, I think I'm going to rush towards... I'm going to rush towards the hand cannon now that I've got 4 firearms. That'll be quite useful. We're back home just in time for level 15. So that worked out very, very well. Okay. Now talk to this guy at the door. So I see my friend precedes me. And he recommends you go and visit the Thieves Guild. It's like, oh, I saw you stealing that tombstone for that bird. Geez, that's no small feat. You know, you should totally go and check out, talk to our Thieves Guild boss. So what we have to do, I know exactly. We don't even need to talk to him first. He's just going to ask for these sewer map plans. Although we can certainly go and get the deed for Sarah 2 while we're here. So that gives us the Bessie Toon Mine deed. Steamroller around, I guess. And we want to go to the, that's right, Tarant University. We could have steamrolled over there. So we go to the Hall of Records. Turn him around. Save the game. I'm not sure how difficult these locks are. I think they're fairly simple locks. And now we just got to go all the way back. Speed it up a little. Actually too low level to get anything yet. We could get a looking glass rifle. We can make a Hust revolver. We can make a repeater rifle. But I really just want one more level to make the hand cannon. That's the hand cannon will make pretty much, it's just eclipses all the other weapons really. But to make a hand cannon, we're going to need a Clarendon rifle and a fancy pistol. I think I may have bought a fancy pistol already, I can't remember. And we're probably only going to want one. Yeah, we've got one. Really only going to need one until we level Magnus up a bit more, because the hand cannon is a bit of a liability until you have good firearms. I might just start preparing for that. So, what do we need here? Right, I've almost forgot, because we now have access to the Thieves Guild, which will allow us to sell all kinds of things that we can't haggle in other places, like magical items. And more importantly, it will give us some armour for Magnus. And we can get other nice little things like a scroll of exiting, a haste potion, don't ever give up a haste potion to a hero. That should just about be... yeah. Alright. And now we have enough to train. He's got enough to qualify for Prowling Expert now. So we can train Expert Prowling. And Prowling Expert is really, really nice, because it means now if I prowl around, I can just walk and take a Magnus. We're not kind of creeping around, and we no longer get surrounding objects penalty, so we're significantly less likely to be seen. I forgot to dump off my items, so I'll do that. Keep a dagger just for later on. If I choose to go the backstabbing route, it can be very, very nice to have a good tech dagger. I've got this prowling after that we don't need. I'll just check if that Magnus has anything. No, it's got nothing. So yeah, we're definitely getting there. Now I might call it here actually. We'll make another video just showing how I can't advance. And basically, for the next video, we'll go to the Ashbury and do a couple of quests there. There's a couple of really good quests you can do there, which for XP, and so we'll rush to a hand cannon using the Potions of Intellect, and then we might put a couple of points in dodge and look at maxing out firearms and prowl. And then the build is almost done, like the essential part. And we'll also, for Magnus, because he's a dwarf, he gets an extra half a point, 2 points in firearms. So that's he's already quite dangerous with a firearm. So we could potentially give him a hand cannon now once we make them. He's already got good dexterity, so he'll be able to hold his own if we give him a bit more dodge. He'll be almost self-sufficient as well, and then we'll have a very powerful firearms team, which will only get stronger and stronger as we go, and max out everything. So yeah, I think I'll cut it there, but yeah, thanks for watching.